Canada 150 celebrations continue in London this morning. The Queen and Prince Philip paid a visit to Canada House earlier today. The royals marked and celebrated 150 years since Canadian Confederation. Our Thomas Daigle is just outside Canada House in London. So tell us what's been happening there this morning.
Well, the Queen and Prince Philip were greeted with cheers from the crowds. A few hundred people lined around Trafalgar Square here to greet the Queen and the Duke, waving little Canadian flags. They went inside and saw some artifacts related to the 150th anniversary of Confederation. The Governor-General presented the Queen with a snowflake brooch on behalf of the people of Canada, and the most senior royals met with Canadians here, including young Canadians, members of Indigenous communities, and business leaders here with ties to Canada, including my guest, who I'll bring in now, Melanie Eusebi, who's a dual citizen. You grew up in Brampton, Ontario.
Yes.
But now you're here in London. You're part of, in fact, founded the Black British Business Awards program, and as well as the executive producer of the Women of the World Festival. And I understand that's why you were here today. You met with the Queen.
Yes.
How did that go? What did you say? What was said then?
It was amazing. Before the Queen even walked into the building, to be around 100 to 200 amazing Canadians, everyone from, Mounties to astronauts to businesswomen, senior businessmen, activists, our First Nations. It was an amazing feeling just to be in that room because, Canadians were not very boastful by nature, and so you don't even realize, we're shooting far above our weight when you see what's happening in that room today.
And what were you able to tell her? You say we're not very boastful, but were you able to boast a little bit about what you do here?
I tried, but it's quite nerve-wracking. Like, she is the ultimate woman in leadership, So, and my mother, she was very. We had very tight links to the UK throughout me being raised in Brampton, and so meeting the royal family, that was really, really big.
And what did it mean to you, especially on this anniversary, Sapphire Jubilee for her 150th anniversary of Confederation?
It was all a bit too much. Like, I started tearing up, especially when we started singing the Canadian national anthem in French. It was really special because I truly felt the cloak of being an ambassador for Canada here in the UK, and so I did tear up a little bit, but I breathed. I started to whistle so that I wouldn't have to cry.
Good trick. We'll keep that in mind. Thank you for being an ambassador for Canada and speaking with us. Melanie Eusebi, thank you. Good to talk to you. Thank you. So a special day for so many people who got to meet the Queen and the Duke today. Perhaps the last time we'll see Philip here at Canada House, as he is retiring from this sort of public duty by the end of next month. Janet.
Thank you, Thomas. Thomas Daigle in London today.